Hi, this is Ron Darling.
This is Skip Lockwood.
Hi, I'm Ron Swoboda of the 69 New York Mets, and you're listening to Mets Musings with Gary Mack.
Now it's time for some New York Mets baseball talk. Here's Gary Mack bringing you the latest news and analysis from Mets Nation and the world of baseball on another edition of Mets Musings.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Mets Musings. I know it's been a while. It took me a while to get over the Padres series getting knocked out of the wild card and the season, frankly, coming to an end. Rest in peace, 2022 season for the New York Mets. It was hard to watch, it was hard to decipher, it was hard to accept, all of those things. But I guess we have to. It's over. The season's over. The team did not make it very far into the playoffs. Just a big disappointment. Does that mean the whole season was a disappointment? You can argue on that. I would say, yeah, kind of. The way it ended, it's hard to appreciate what went on the rest of the season. And that's part of the problem. You cannot appreciate what went on the other part of the season simply because of the way that it ended. How dramatically they lost the division and then looked flat as pancakes in the wild card playoff. Won one game. It just, they looked dead to a team that obviously has got something going on, so maybe it's not all bad. At least the Padres went on to beat the Dodgers, so now the Dodgers are feeling the same thing. And the Phillies upset the Braves, so now the Braves are feeling what the Mets are feeling and what the fans of those teams are feeling. But it would have been nice to get to at least another round, and maybe then lost to the Phillies. But what are you going to do? I mean, the Cardinal fans feel the same way. They went out in the first round against the Phillies, and we went out against the Padres. As we record this, there is one division leader in all of baseball remaining, and that is the Yankees, and they play the Guardians tonight in an elimination game. That series tied at 2-2 in the ALDS. But we're not here to talk about them. We're here to talk about the Mets. And the Mets, while it was a very good season, no denying that, it just comes out flat for me. It just ended on such a bad note, and such, without a fight almost, the flatness, and they had everything set up in their favor. They had the pitchers that they wanted. They had everything going in their favor, and still they got nowhere. Their wanted pitching was not good in these playoffs and in the last week of the series. And you know what? You've got to wonder about that, and you've got to think about that. Is it age? It also was, DeGrom now is opting out, so it makes you wonder: is he the same DeGrom? Scherzer, you still got under contract. Bassett is another one. He's 34, and he's not under contract. He's a free agent. There may be an option on him. I'm not sure what that situation is right now. But what do you do with him? Do you re-sign him as well? They're gonna have a very busy off season. They have quite a few free agents of their own and important ones. Nimmo among them, Edwin Diaz among them, the aforementioned Jacob deGrom, Trevor Williams, Seth Lugo, Trevor May, Adam Ottavino. If I'm missing somebody, please let me know. But you get the picture. They've got a lot of internal free agents that they have to make decisions on. Now, my opinion on that would differ probably from everybody else's, and we'll discuss that as we go along. And we are going to have a big round table. Once the World Series is over, we're going to bring our usual guests in, and we'll discuss this a little bit further. But for now, the good part about this loss, if you will, getting eliminated, was it exposed a lot of things. And if you watch the playoffs, you wonder, is starting pitching that worthwhile? I mean, do you spend that kind of money on starting pitching? Or do you go with more of a journeyman that'll give you innings and get you to a bullpen and work on building a super bullpen to get things done? It's something to discuss and to consider. Another thing to consider is the Mets definitely need more power. They need another power hitter in the lineup, preferably an outfielder or third baseman even. They have to, or a catcher. They have to, those are the areas of need offensively right now. I know Escobar closed strongly, but still struggled a great deal part of the year, and they need more consistency out of that position. Catching offensively, look, Nino was the better of the hitter, and he hit 225. So you need to get something that personally McCann would be gone. I'll add that now, but that's just my personal opinion. Let's see. Of course, bullpen will be an issue. They're losing most of their bullpen to free agency. So they have a lot of decisions to make. Do they want to go after a top free agent? Do they have a chance to get an Aaron Judge? Would you go after Aaron Judge? Personally, I would consider it. I would at least put feelers out and see what the chances are, if any, to land Judge and bring him back here. That's the way I would go, but we shall see. All right, it's going to be a long off season. We're going to probably take a few weeks off now, and who knows? Maybe I'll pop up. I'm going to run some great interviews of the past, though, that we did with some terrific people, and I think you'll enjoy those to re-listen to some of them, and they were really fun to do and great to do, and so that will fill some of the time, and we'll be doing those sporadically all winter, so check them out. But for now, we are here, and let's take a look at the Arizona Fall League, and the Mets have 9 prospects that they've sent down there, led by Mike Vasil, their number 11 prospect. He's the team's 8th-round draft pick in the 2021 draft. He made 17 starts, one relief appearance across 3 levels in the organization during the 2022 season, recording a 3.53 ERA in 71 and one-third innings. Stumbled a bit in Brooklyn when he got there, but came around at the end. He did have an injury, so he spent some time on the shelf. That could have affected that as well. But young Mike Vassell will be in Arizona, as will Grant Hartwig, another pitching prospect. He pitched to the tune of a 1.84 ERA in 37 appearances with St. Lucie, Brooklyn, and Binghamton. Struck out 79 batters in just 53 and 2/3 innings, and seemed to get better as he moved on. We could see him in Citi Field next year coming out of the bullpen. So there's a guy to consider, Grant Hartwig. Another guy that they sent down, another pitcher who's going to the AFL, is Christian Scott. 2 professional seasons under his belt. The 5th-round draft pick in 2021 has shown flashes of brilliance when he hasn't been hurt. Used in Brooklyn, and will probably, as a starter, will probably stay in that slot as long as he can stay healthy. So we'll have to keep an eye on him. He's ranked at 23rd prospect on lists, and the remaining prospects that will feature in the Arizona Fall League are right-handed pitchers Franklin Sanchez and Troy Miller, who's on the taxi squad, utility man Kevin Kendall, infielder Luke Ritter, outfielder Brandon McElwain, and Stanley Consuegra. He's on the taxi squad. I think the Mets are high on Consuegra. He had a decent enough year. His numbers dipped. Had a good, strong start in St. Lucie. Went to Brooklyn. Numbers dipped a little, but he's 22. He's young. Probably start the year in Brooklyn, see how he progresses from there. The Arizona Fall League is underway, and they'll be playing till November 12th. So we'll see how the team does. They are managed, this team, by the Binghamton Rebel Ponies manager, Reed Brignac. So guys are used to the manager as they go to Arizona to play in the Fall League. And you know what? That's about it for this week. I mean, not much else going on. Once the free agency gets declared and we see for sure, I mean, DeGrom said he's going to opt out, so we're sure about him. Some of the players have options. Carrasco, I think it's a player option. Other guys involved there, but they've got a lot of guys that they have to consider re-signing, and I think they should be in the works now trying to get the lower level guys. I would keep a Trevor Williams if he wants to stay. He might be looking to become a starter again. You know what? Maybe you signed him. Maybe you let him start. He pitched pretty well this year. Look, all they have in the rotation for next year technically is Tyler McGill, David Peterson, and Scherzer right now. They need to fill at least 2 spots, and as we've seen, probably 4. So why not sign Trevor Williams, give him a shot at starting? Carrasco, my guess is they might pick up the option on Carrasco. He's 35, going on 36. I don't know, but had a pretty good year. Maybe you pick him up for another year. Walker, you know what? I would try to sign Walker based on what he's done the last 2 years. That's just my opinion. I liked what he's done. I think he's done a good job here, and I don't see any problem with signing Mr. Walker. Bassett, I don't know. I tread lightly. I had to check the numbers on that, and same thing. I would consider not signing DeGrom and using the money elsewhere, like to go after an Aaron Judge. That's me. If you brought in a Judge here, it would definitely add power. Definitely add power to that lineup. And, he could take either right field or center field, and there would be no. Then you have to decide: do you want to sign Nemo? He's gonna want double the salary what he's making now. I think he made $7 million last year. He's looking for a contract, probably in the Starling Marte range with longer years. So he's 30. If he's looking for a 7-year deal at 14, 15 million, who knows? But it's a question whether you want to pay that. I think you should sign him. If need be, you can play him in left field. If you decided to go after Judge, can you imagine having outfield Marte, Judge, and Nimmo? And then you've got Canna on the bench. It looks like a pretty good outfield to me. And then not much in the third base field. Arenado, I think, has an option that he'll probably accept. Other than that, I don't know. Again, I'd have to check the list. I didn't get that far yet, but Mets have some decisions to make, and we'll be here to watch it all throughout the winter and to be with you. So, as we go on, remember to keep the faith, stay optimistic, and let's go Mets. And I'll see you next time on another edition of Mets Musings.